Hey guys, so I had a question about a eyebrow kit that I had talked about in my drugstore video, and somebody wanted some more information on it and to know what I thought of it a little bit more in depth. So I decided to do that, but also to talk about another kit that you can get at the drugstore and kind of battle those two kits together to see which one's better. So if you want to know which one that I like best, which one suits me and my needs more, stick around and find that out and just figure out which one would best suit your needs. So thanks for watching the video, and here we go. If anybody ever wanted to know why I fill in my eyebrows, this right here is why. I look awful without it. Yeah, it just looks bad. So anyway, let's review these. I went and purchased another one of these Wet n Wild kits, and the reason I did that is I thought that this ash brown color would have been a better fit for me, but it wasn't, and I don't know why I thought that. I just thought maybe that it was lighter so it would work better. So nonetheless, I bought it and it didn't work. However, there is a little spoolie thing in there that I am going to use, but I'm going to stick with the shade dark brown in the kit. But in the newer one that I purchased, I'll show you. These are the colors that were in it. It has the wax, the lighter shade and darker shade. And then it also had the little tweezers. And then this is the only difference, is it had this little guy. It has this spoolie on one end and then the angled brush on the other. So I'm going to use this brush, but I'm sticking with this one that I've used before. I just wanted to see if I could find just a little bit lighter of a color, but this is fine. My hair is dark anyway, so it's no big deal. But this one is the dark brown, and as you can see, those colors differ just a little bit. And the reason that I waited on doing this video was this kit from e.l.f. I used to use this a long time ago. I don't know how many years it's been actually, but it's been a few years. When I got it, I just saw it on the shelf and I thought, oh, I'll try it, and loved it. Went through quite a few actually of this this same thing, and so I just really liked it. And then once I was doing this kit, the Wet n Wild kit, the other day, I was like, I wonder if they still have that. So I looked at Walmart, they didn't, but on the e.l.f. website they do have it, and it says new on the packaging, but it's been around a while. So this is what it looks like when you pull it out from the e.l.f. Their gel and powder eyebrow kit is what this is called, and I got the shade medium on this one. When you open it up, it has a little thing that's like protective there. It has the little angled brush on one end and then like a fluffy brush on the other. But here are the colors that come in the medium. And so this is an actual powder. On this side, this ladder is a powder, and this is a gel. So we're gonna get to this in just a second. I'm gonna first use the Wet n Wild. So what I'm gonna do, I actually may take a longer spoolie just because it's easier. I think I will. So I'm just gonna take my longer spoolie, and I'm gonna dip into this wax at the top. As you can tell, I've used it because it's not pretty anymore. So I'm gonna do one brow with the Wet n Wild and one with the e.l.f. So we'll do this one with the Wet n Wild. So I'm just gonna take that wax through my eyebrow, shape it just a little bit. I've been trying to leave my eyebrows alone and not pluck or wax them. And so they're growing out a little bit and they look a little crazy right now. So overlook all that. I'm trying to let it alone. You really don't need much wax at all. Okay. You can totally use the spoolie that comes with it, but just for me, it's easier to grasp this one. So I think I'm just going to continue using this. I'll use the brush that came with it. Let's do that. It's just hard to kind of get in there with the tiny hands. So I'm going to go in with this middle shade in the dark brown kit. I'm just going to dip in just a little, and I'm going to go under my brow and just kind of draw a line. Okay. And then I'm just going to work this color through my brow. Kind of just feather, like small strokes. I found if I take it with the angle like that and just kind of lay it here with some product on it, it just kind of helps me shape that end of the brow. So that's what I was doing. Okay. And I'm just going to take my spoolie and just spoolie through one last time. This just kind of make sure that that product is distributed through evenly. Okay, so that's the Wet n Wild brow here. Get up close so you can see. Okay, so next we're going to do the e.l.f. side. So again, this is the medium gel and powder eyebrow kit from e.l.f. And this is what it looks like. And so I'm going to use the gel first and then the powder on this. Basically the same thing. The only thing that's really different is the gel in this is colored. And it's kind of like a wax. So we're doing kind of the same thing, but it's just, I'm going to use instead of my spoolie, I'll just use what came in here. So I'm just dipping in, just taking some strokes across that. And then, this is always my troublesome brow. I just kind of have to get it started where it's a new kit. There we go. Now I have some stuff on there. There is a mirror in here. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there is a mirror. I'm going to take it and lay it like I did. See how it's angled there? Like I did with the other brow. Just to kind of give me some definition. Okay, I don't like this. That's one thing I don't like. I don't even remember if I used it when I did before. I don't know. I'm just going to take another spoolie that I have so it doesn't have any of the wax from the other kit. And I'm just going to take my spoolie in here. And I'm just going to get just a tiny bit on here. I don't know if you can see. There's just a little bit. And then I'm just going to spoolie through just a little. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the other end of this brush because it's small, and I'm going to dip into the powder, just a little, and kind of do basically what I did on the other eye. I'm just going to take and make a sharp line under the brow. So obviously this brow's thicker than this one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush on this end and dip into this gel and kind of do what I was doing with my powder. Okay, so I messed with it a little bit. This is the e.l.f. side, this is the Wet n Wild. I think definitely Wet n Wild is my favorite. I'm assuming it would be yours too. It just looks thicker, it looks fuller, not as sparse. Let me get closer. I feel like the Wet n Wild is definitely more defined. So in order to make it look like I have two matching eyebrows, I'm not even looking for twins, I'm just looking for a little bit more matching. I'm going to take the brush from the Wet n Wild kit and I'm going to go into the e.l.f. powder and I'm going to finagle it a little. Here's what I think. They are different colors. I don't know. I'm going to try to get up a little bit closer so you can see. Push my stuff back. They are different colors. This is always, on my left side, is always my weird brow. It always does something weird, like right here in this arch. So don't judge that too harshly. But I definitely think the Wet n Wild is the winner of this particular battle, if you will. And the reason being is it was very easy to put on. It was very easy to manipulate the powder on the eye. It was very easy to apply it with this specifically. I really, really like this applicator. So if you get it, do not throw this away, because I know sometimes I'm very guilty of these little applicators. I'll just trash them because I'm like, I don't need that. So definitely don't throw it away. Even the one on this spoolie is really good and densely packed. And I just picked this up because it was easier to hold for me. So nonetheless, the Wet n Wild brow on this side just looks much better, looks more defined, looks fuller, looks like a brow to me. So I really like it, and it's definitely my choice. Color wise, as far as the color goes, I like this color better, just because it goes with my hair. I have like an auburn color hair, and this color goes better with my hair, but I mean, that's not a big deal. So this is the e.l.f. side again that we use the gel and the powder on. It's not horrible by any means. I just prefer this one because it looks more defined and just nicer. So this was the e.l.f. brow. Now, if you want to throw something away, throw this thing away. I don't like it at all. I didn't even, let me try one more little thing here. I didn't even use this to put the powder through my brow. That's not too bad. If you want to keep it for that reason, that might be okay. But I'm not crazy about that little applicator. It even separated, if you can see. I'm sorry, I thought I was going on the other side. It kind of separated on me, so I'm not crazy about that side. But this other fluffy side was nice to kind of distribute some more powder throughout the brow, and just make it look a little fuller. So that wasn't too bad. So you might want to keep it for that reason alone. But yeah, I definitely prefer Wet n Wild because it just looks more defined. However, this is my first time using this in a long time, so I've not had time to play with it like I have the Wet n Wild. That could be part of the problem, that I just need some more time to kind of play with it and figure it out. But I think a big reason this was such a success was this applicator from the Wet n Wild. It's just very densely packed, very precise, just all around great. So that would definitely be my pick if I was going to choose one of these. So I will have down below how much each of these products were. I definitely think Wet n Wild is cheaper, and Ulta at the moment has like 50% off their Wet n Wild, so go grab it now before it goes off sale. Either product's great. Honestly, I don't have a problem with the e.l.f. side. It's just that I prefer the Wet n Wild. That's just my preference, but I will use these, and I'm actually getting to where I like a powder better for my brows, and the reason being, I just feel like it looks more real and like an actual brow. So that is just my take on things. So definitely this is worth however much it was. I can't remember, but it'll be down below how much it was. But this is definitely worth the money. Wet n Wild has some great products, and they're very affordable for the drugstore. And also, e.l.f. is a great product, and I know this used to be a lot cheaper than it is now because e.l.f. has kind of went up in their prices as time has gone on, and not that that's a bad thing. Their products have gotten better. I think. But yeah, that's just something I've noticed with e.l.f. is that their prices have increased a little bit. But this is not a bad thing, and it's got a nice little mirror in there for you. Of course, the Wet n Wild does have the mirror in there as well, but this has the mirror. The brushing on the little applicator, like I said, is great for putting the powder throughout the brow. I wish I had done that before. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. But yeah, I think they're both great. I think I'll use both of them. I definitely get my money's worth out of them. I did make an order to the e.l.f. website because that's where I had to get this from. And I can't remember. I think I made it like Tuesday or Wednesday. And I don't remember the exact date, but one of those days I made the order, and then I just got my order Saturday. So I also got some more of these bite-size eyeshadows. I had this one in one of my previous videos, the drugstore video. Sorry, I pulled my cord. I had this one in the previous drugstore video. This is the bite-size eyeshadow in Rosewater. And I got a few more different ones. I have the bite-size eyeshadow in Hot Jalapeno. I used this on my eyes today. I was going to use solely this one. But putting this on my eyes, when I first did and I looked at it, I was like, holy cow, that's really bright. It was just too green. And not that green is a bad thing, just that it was too much. So I do have this dark green in my outer corner. And then this second is blended throughout my crease. And actually these two they're on there. They're just kind of covered up. But I did use those two on my eyes as well. But I went in with this bite-size eyeshadow in Pumpkin Pie, and I used this shimmer to cover up the green shimmers, and it just kind of like toned it down a little bit. I think it's still a little bit bold. I'm not gonna lie, it's still pretty bold, but I think it's really pretty, and it really toned it down. I'm serious. Like, I'll swatch this really quickly. Okay, see this? Yeah, that's what it looked like on my eye. I mean, really bright. These two, they're really, really bright, and it just didn't look the greatest on my eye. So I wanted to tone it down just a bit, and I did that with the Pumpkin Pie one, and this one's really pretty. I like it. I also have, this one is bite-size eyeshadow in Truffles, which is really pretty. Has some really nice mattes. I think there's 3 mattes in there. That last one has a little bit of shimmer in it. Kind of blends away though once you blend that. It's really pretty. And then this one is kind of unique. This one is Carnival Candy, and it has some really pretty colors in it, and they're all mattes except for this last one. This blue one is a shimmer. Ooh, pretty. But I did use this one to set my eyelid, and also use the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer to prime my eyes. So this is my first time using it. I'll let you know how that goes. And I also got just some of the regular 16-hour camo concealer. I had some before and I'd given it away, and then I just kind of wanted to get some again. So I am wearing that today, and then I think that's all. That's all I ordered, but I made an order. It came pretty quickly from the e.l.f. website, so if that's something you're interested in, definitely check it out. It's definitely, e.l.f. has some very affordable products that are definitely quality, and I'm very into e.l.f. products for sure. These bite-size eyeshadows, I have 5 of them now. They have a couple more, I think, that they were sold out of on the website. If I have to go grocery shopping, I might pick up one I know they had in store the last time I was there at Walmart. I don't know when I need to go grocery shopping though, so I may not get it, but nonetheless, There's a couple more I think that I need to complete the whole collection to have them all. But these are beautiful shades to have, and it's nice to have for $3 for each one of those. So $15 and all these eyeshadows is not a bad deal. So nonetheless, the eyebrows, once again, the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit definitely is my pick in this video. However, the e.l.f. gel and powder eyebrow kit is a good one as well. But again, this is my favorite. This is the one I'll probably reach for the most, and it gives the most definition, and it looks the best in my opinion. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.